What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Kutless. Yes, indeed, Kutless Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Sean Summers, and Sean wanted to see me react to this song by Kutless called My Heart is a Ghost. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Jeff Joseph Torrealba, okay? And the video has 6,600 views. It's not gonna get you there, sorry. Now look, I'm sure the song's fine, I'm sure everything's fine. I'm sure everything's gonna be just peachy keen here. I'm just saying, 6,600 views, it's not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Kutless, My Heart is a Ghost. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Assuming that was the chorus we just heard. That makes sense.
So I silence the voices, swallow my pride, hold on to what's real, throw darkness aside, hold on to the promise and fall to my knees. Forgiveness is freedom, it's all that I need. I see you, I feel you, I know
go into a double time feel for that section, huh? That's interesting. It's very straight ahead. Very straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, for the first, like seriously, about the first 2.5 minutes, no change in feel whatsoever. It's been straight time on that tempo the entire time. The verse. I like the vocals in the verse for this reason. They're really hanging around the fifth quite a bit. Not really going to the root at all with the vocalizations. The main melodic line being utilized by the vocals. Really hanging around the fifth to the fourth, the fifth to the sixth, even going up to the seventh, back down to the fourth, back to the fifth again. Or like the sixth to the five to the four to the major third. But never going past there. It doesn't get close to going back to the root. It always hangs around in the mid space. That's interesting. I like that. The chorus is the hook, without question. The chorus absolutely is the hook. Very simple chordal progression too. Root up to the third, the minor third, down to the minor seventh, back to the root, to the flat 2. And then from the flat 2, right back down to the root again to repeat. Very, very simple, very, very easy to follow. Nothing complex about that at all. But like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly. And this was absolutely done properly. It's catchy, it's hooky, it's easy to follow. And that's one of the things that you really want in a song when it comes to establishing the hook of your song. You really want it to be easy to follow and recognizable, because when it hits, everyone's gonna go, "Oh yeah, that's it. That's the chorus, or that's the hook for me," or whatever the case may be. So good job on their part. It sounds like we're going into a double time feel here after the second chorus. Let's see if I'm right about that.
All the fear and all the shame.
sneaky little jerks. Oh, okay. Sneaking 15-8 by me. I almost missed it. Almost missed it. I thought they were just going into a double time field. Nope, it's not. It's 15-8. Or, I mean, you could count it as 8-8 and 7-8. You could do that too. Back. I think this is where it kicks in. Okay, yeah, this is where it kicks in. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. So, like I said, you can count it 8-8, 7-8, or you can count it 15-8. It's totally up to you, however you want to count it, but it's 15 at the end of the day. I was wondering, because I'm sitting here, I'm counting straight ahead 4, and I'm like, it feels like each time I'm counting a straight ahead 4, each time when we come back to the phrase, I'm about a half beat more off. So by the time we got like 3 or 4 times through the phrase, I'm like, something's really off here. So I'm like 2 full beats behind now. How did that happen? And this is how. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 8. Sneaky. Definitely sneaky. The old linear fade. A 40-second linear fade. Really? Never understood that. You could have a linear fade that goes, 15, 20 seconds, and it would be just as effective as a 40-second linear fade. I've never understood long linear fades. I just don't get it. I mean, it's interesting. I'm not mad at it. I'll tell you that right now. I know it's 5:40. I'm not mad at it. Not thrilled with it, but I'm not mad at it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Kutless with My Heart is a Ghost. This was a request from Sean Summers. Okay, I got a score here. Honestly, there's not really a lot to talk about. There's like maybe 3 or 4 things tops that we need to talk about here. So this is probably going to be a pretty short review, but then again, I've said that before, and we've been here for 10 minutes. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes, but I don't anticipate this going too long.
Yeah, right.
Let's start off with that score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.1. Yep, 7.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.1. What does that mean? Well, a 7.1 would translate to a really good scale rating. So overall, I think this was a really good song. It would get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. Yes, a B, not a C, not a D, a B. B as in boy. So there you go, 7.1, really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, if you look at this song, objectively, is there really anything about this song that screams impressive or mind-blowing? There's one thing, and we're going to talk about that towards the end. But for the most part, no. This song is very simple. It's straight ahead. There's nothing about this about this song that screams impressive songwriting or impressive performance or anything like that. Nothing of the sort. Now, I have said this literally thousands of times on this channel, and I'm going to continue to say it. Simple can be effective when it is done properly. And this is a good example of what I'm talking about. The main riff, it's simple. It follows along with a very simple chordal progression, following around mostly around, you know, the root, minor thirds, and sevenths, primarily. There's also the flat 2 being thrown in there as well. That's pretty much it. Vocally, on the flip side, really hanging around the 5th quite a bit. The 5th, the 4th, the minor 6th, the major 3rd. That's about as far down as it goes. Utilizing all of those notes on the flip side. So you'll always have those integers between what's happening within the instrumentation and what's happening within the vocals. You'll always have those thirds, fourths, and fifths when it comes to integers. That's interesting. It's a nice way of creating those thirds, fourths, and fifths without relying on instrumentation to do all the work. It's kind of nice, kind of refreshing. Vocally, he sounded just fine. Got no issue with anything that he did. Everything he did fit the mood and tone of the song. Nothing impressive, but again, fitting the mood and tone of the song. So nothing wrong there. Instrumentation as a whole sounded fine. I got no issue with anything they did. The chorus definitely is the hook. As far as I can tell, everyone's gonna have differences of opinion on what hooks them. For me, the chorus was definitely the hook. It's where it definitely filled the whole sound of the song and the instrumentation really kind of filled out at that point. It got very full sounding, and the progression was very easy to follow. Root to the minor third, to the minor 7 back to the root, utilizing that flat 2 back to the root again, unless they were transitioning into that bridge section. If I'm being honest, taking all of that stuff into account, really this put this at about a 6.7, 6.8, somewhere in there. Which would it's still in the positives. It would be getting a pretty good instead of a really good. So why did I move this up from like a 6.7, 6.8 up to a 7.1? Very simply, that bridge. That bridge threw me off. It did. It almost got by me. It was that slick. Transitioning to that 15/8. That was really interesting. The first time they did it on the bridge, I thought they just went into a double time feel. That's what I thought. That's how it felt to me, but I was off. I was wrong. They got the first bridge completely by me. It wasn't until they repeated the bridge toward the end where I was like, wait a minute. I'm counting here, and every time the phrase repeats, I'm a half beat off. Something's wrong. Something's going on here. And that's when it hit me. Maybe they did change time signature. So I went back and I listened and I'm like, it's 15/8 or 8/8 and 7/8. Take your pick. It all adds up to the same thing. But that would explain why every time an extra half beat was shaved off. And I'm like, So they almost got that by me. That was really slick on their part. I got to give it to them. That's impressive. So that's how I bumped it up from, like I said, about 6.7, 6.8, bumped it up to the 7.1 because of that bridge. Very smartly done. Definitely smartly done. The whole linear fade thing, I get it. Sometimes you just can't think of a solid ending. Sometimes you just can't think of a strong, accented, punctuated ending. Put the period at the end of the sentence. Bam! Sometimes you just can't do that. No matter what you do, especially if you kind of paint yourself into a corner, which they kind of did utilizing the bridge to end the song. It's kind of hard, to come up with an accented, punctuated, exclamation point, bam, at the end of the song. It's hard. So pulling the linear fade, I get it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. 40 seconds though. That seems a bit excessive to me. You could have had just as an effective, linear fade if you had just made it at 20 seconds, but 40 seconds, sure, why not? Whatever. It is what it is. No, but taking everything into account, this is how I came up with that 7.1. Is it a bad song? No, not at all. I actually, to be honest with you, I think it's a really good song. Thanks to that bridge. If the bridge hadn't been there though, gotta be honest with you, we'd be down to the pretty goods, not the really goods. So the bridge definitely made the difference. Yeah, 7.1, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.1, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.